What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And before we get into today's video, guys, a couple things I want to go over. First off, as always, if you're a fan of those legends of the game, or if you're someone that's younger and you may not have seen some of these legends play, I would definitely recommend subscribing to the channel because that's all I focus on. Also, guys, if this is content that you enjoy, I would greatly appreciate if you'd posterize that like button. That would help me out a great deal. Also, guys, for my fellow Americans that just celebrated Thanksgiving, I hope you had a wonderful time. I hope you got to spend it with your family or whatever it is that you do. I hope you enjoyed doing that. And yeah, with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and let's get into today's video. So, guys, this was actually a request. We wanted to do, I've been meaning to do a Grant Hill video for a while. And, it was requested. So I thought now there's no better time than doing that now, right? And Grant Hill is one of those players that I feel like it was a difficult build to do simply because with Grant Hill, you want facilitating, you want shooting, and you want finishing. It's difficult to get all three, right? Simply because the way 2K is laid out, it's just difficult to get all three of those in one. So, what I did is I actually went with the uh, Hall of Fame playmaking and Hall of Fame finishing. And the reason for that, guys, is because when I went with shooting, right, it pretty much took away the speed that you did have, right? You're already not going to be very quick because you're going to be a 6'8" build, and it definitely took away from that, right? If you just look at it, this is what you get with the Hall of Fame playmaking and the Hall of Fame finishing, right? So if you go finishing and shooting, look at that 78. You lose 7, right? And then if you do shooting and playmaking, 80. So I just felt like because speed is so important in this, I felt like this was the way to go because you're getting a +5 to your speed, which is even more important because once we go up to 6'8", you lose a little bit of that even. So if you wanted to be really fast, and the fastest type of build, this right here would be the way to go. But you know, I don't, I don't want to do the build just for speed, right? So I found the compromise, and this is the compromise that I felt works best because in 2K22, guys, if you do have a bit lower, as far as your shooting attributes, you can still knock down shots, right? We know that. You just takes you a little bit of time, and what I found is, guys, just a little bit of practice because each build is going to be a little bit different. And, with a little bit of practice, you could really learn, the shot. And I mean, if you choose the same shot for each one, it gets even better, right? So, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to max out our close shot, our driving layup, our driving dunk, and then we're going to take this to 68. And that's just to get us those 17 finishing badges. And then we're going to max out our mid range. We're going to max out our 3-point and our free throw to get 8 shooting badges. Now, if you want to put something on post fade to bring that up even more, you certainly could. I just feel like I want those. I want those elsewhere, right? So, what we do here is we're going to max out our pass accuracy and our ball handling, and then we're going to take this all the way up to 73 to get the 27 playmaking, and then we're going to put our perimeter defense all the way up, our lateral quickness, our steal, and then we're going to max out our defensive rebound and put those final 12 on our offensive rebound. Or if you wanted to put them on your block, you could. Either way, it doesn't really matter. You're going to get the same amount of badges either way you go there. So I just put them on offensive rebound. And for the body shape, guys, it really doesn't matter. We'll go define 6'8", 225. Now with this, guys, because I don't want to go up on this, right? I mean, if you go up, as you can see, you get huge bonuses to your finishing and your defense, right? But at the same time, you lose ball handling and you lose shooting, which is two things I feel that you want in a Grant Hill build, right? So, me personally, I'm keeping it at 85, and that way, we've got all of that, right? Even if you wanted to take this down some, right, to boost up some of those other things, you could. I mean, I wouldn't take it down too much. I would take it down to 84. Maybe 83 if you want, but I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it any lower. But I'm just going to leave it at the default, which is 85, because I feel like that's a good balance, right? And if we look at where we're at, guys, you're going to have a close shot of 93 once you get this max to 99, with a driving layup of 87, a driving dunk of 86, and you're also going to have a decent standing dunk at 73, right? So you're going to be able to finish really, really well around the basket. And then, for your shooting guys, if you look at that, you're going to have a good mid range at 74. So you're going to be able to knock that down pretty reliably, right? Your 3-point shot's only going to be a 66. So if you're contested, you might have some issues knocking that down. But if you're open, you should be able to knock it down pretty easily. You're going to have a really, really good pass accuracy, guys, of 83 and a solid ball handle of 77 with a good post control of 78. Your perimeter defense is going to be 72 with a lateral quickness of 70. Your steal is going to be 71 with a really solid 77 defensive rebounding. So all around, you're going to be an all around really solid player, right? I mean, you're going to be able to finish really, really well. You're going to be able to shoot pretty good, and you're going to be able to facilitate for your other teammates and things really, really well too at the small forward position. So all in all, guys, I feel like this is about as good as you're going to be able to get a Grant Hill build. Um, at least to me, anyway. Like, if you want shooting, go with the shooting, right? But me personally, like I said, because to me, shooting in 2K22 is relatively easy. So I feel like I would much rather have that +7 to my speed as opposed to losing that speed, because speed is important, right? Now for your takeover guys, it's your preference, but I will tell you, slasher is so overpowered. I feel like you really need to go that route. And you've built a pass first wing with shades of. I really like the shades of Latrell Sprewell, not so much because Latrell Sprewell's game reminds me of Grant Hill, but because I like Latrell Sprewell as a player. He was fun to watch. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into our badges, guys, and then we'll get you out of here. Go ahead and max this out. And I'm not sure why it put us on shooting, but with our 17 playmaking or finishing badges, we're going to go acrobat, fearless finisher, limitless takeoff. Then we'll do slithery. We'll do that on bronze, right? Because that's a good one. And then posterizer on Hall of Fame. Because I feel like posterizer and fearless finisher are two of the most important finishing badges in the game. So you definitely want those on Hall of Fame. And limitless takeoff, it seems to be a really, really powerful badge to have. So I feel like that. And acrobat, just in case you're contested, it helps you with those, right? So we're going to go hot zone hunter for this, limitless spot up, both of those on gold. And then we'll do dead eye and then catch and shoot on bronze. I feel like that worked really, really well for me. Something else may work well for you, though, guys. Like I say, if you're unsure, just go through and find what works for you, right? So for our playmaking guys, we're going to go unpluckable, space creator, and quick first step on Hall of Fame. I feel like those are very important. Needle threader is an important one. Bullet passer is another important one, right? And then I feel like you definitely want glue hands. You definitely want downhill, right? And to me, those are both really, really important. And then stop and go is another good one if you do that. If you're someone that's going to be handling the ball a lot. But I feel like tight handles is solid. You definitely want that. And as always, you want bail out on there. And then, guys, for our 6, you could do this a couple different ways. You could just do Clamps and Intimidator on Gold, or you could do Intimidator, Clamps, Interceptor, Pickpocket, Rebound Chaser, and just whatever the last one that you want, whether it be Pick Dodger or Chase Down Artist or Box, just whatever works for you. I found that, Pick Dodger, just in case you do get in those pick and roll situations, it's really, really good to have. So it really depends if you want, just Clamps and Intimidator, or if you want like it's several different bronze badges, because you do have so few to work with on this, and it really depends on you, right? But there you have it, guys. I really feel like that is a really solid Grant Hill build. He was one of those players that, well, his career, I mean, it was ruined by injuries, and Michael Jordan, he said that Grant Hill, he felt like Grant Hill and Penny Hardaway would be the guys that would, take over after he retired, and it's kind of ironic that both of those guys never met their full potential because of injuries, right? It was just unfortunate. Both of them, were really, really good players, and they could have been truly amazing. And Grant Hill, luckily enough, he was able to battle through all of that and still have somewhat of a decent career later on in Phoenix. He was not the superstar that he was going to be, but he was definitely a solid player. But yeah, I feel like this is a good Grant Hill build, guys. If you like those legends of the game, I would definitely recommend subscribing to the channel. If you like the video, posterize that like button for me. That would help me out a great deal. And have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. Have a good one.